Emma, I still can't believe I did that.
Wait, which mistake?
That's the problem.
What do you mean?
I don't know which one to choose.
That many?
Oh, yes.
Alex, now I'm excited.
Looking back, I laugh at everything.
But I guess you weren't laughing during the trip.
Definitely not.
So, which funny problem happened first?
It started only a few minutes after I arrived at the hotel.
Really?
Yes.
I thought everything was finally going well.
So did I.
Then what happened?
I walked into my room.
Okay,
I put my backpack on the bed.
sounds normal.
I looked around the room.
Was it nice?
It was small, but very comfortable.
That's good.
There was a bed, a desk, a chair, and the small window.
Sounds cozy.
I felt happy.
After everything that happened at the station, you deserved a quiet moment.
Exactly.
So, where did the funny problem begin?
I wanted to take a shower before exploring the city.
Good idea.
I opened my backpack.
And?
I couldn't find my towel.
Maybe it was at the bottom.
That's what I thought.
Did you empty the whole bag?
Every single thing.
No towel?
No towel.
Oh, Alex.
I checked again.
Still nothing?
Nothing.
Did you leave it at home?
That's what I started to think.
What did you do?
I looked around the bathroom.
Maybe the hotel had one.
I hoped so.
Did they?
Yes.
That's lucky.
Very lucky.
So everything was fine?
Not exactly.
There's more?
I picked up the towel.
Okay.
It was tiny.
Tiny?
Very tiny.
Like a hand towel?
Exactly.
You're kidding.
I wish I were.
What did you do?
I stared at it for almost a minute.
Trying to understand?
Yes.
Maybe the big towel was somewhere else.
That's what I thought.
Did you find it?
No.
Oh no!
I even opened every cabinet.
Nothing?
Nothing.
So you had one tiny towel.
Yes.
That's not enough.
Not even close.
Did you call the front desk?
I wanted to.
But?
I was embarrassed.
Why?
I wasn't sure if I was missing something.
That's understandable.
I kept thinking maybe the big towel is hidden somewhere.
Alex,
Yes?
hotels don't usually hide towels.
I know that now.
So what happened next?
I finally called the front desk.
Were they helpful?
Very.
What did they say?
They apologized.
Really?
Yes.
So it wasn't your mistake.
No.
What happened?
They accidentally forgot to put the large towels in my room.
That makes sense.
5 minutes later, someone knocked on my door.
With towels?
2 big, fluffy towels.
Problem solved.
Yes.
Did you finally relax?
For about 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Then another funny problem happened.
Alex,
Yes?
please don't tell me it involved the bathroom again.
No.
Good.
It involved the room key.
Oh, I already have a bad feeling.
And you should.
What did you do this time? Alex, don't tell me you lost the room key.
I wish that was the problem.
Wait, it was something even funnier?
Much funnier.
Now you have to tell me.
I took the room key and left the hotel.
Everything was normal?
Yes,
You went for a walk.
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
Very much.
Then what happened?
A few hours later, I came back to the hotel.
Okay.
I stood in front of my room.
Ready to open the door.
Exactly.
Did the key work?
No.
Maybe you put it in the wrong way.
I tried again.
Still nothing?
Nothing.
Did you try one more time?
About 10 more times.
10?
Maybe 12.
Alex,
Yes?
I know. Were you getting nervous?
Very nervous.
Was someone watching you?
Yes.
Oh no!
An older man was standing at the end of the hallway.
What was he doing?
He was smiling.
Just smiling?
Yes,
That's making you even more nervous.
it did.
Did you think the key was broken?
That was my first idea.
What was your second idea?
That I forgot how to use a key.
Alex,
I was starting to question everything.
did you go to the front desk?
Not yet.
Why not?
I wanted to solve the problem by myself.
That's understandable.
I looked at the room number.
Good idea.
It said 312.
Was that your room?
I thought so.
You thought so?
Yes.
Alex.
Then the older man started walking towards me.
Oh no.
He smiled and said, "Can I help you?"
That's kind.
I smiled and said, "My key doesn't work."
What did he say?
He looked at my key.
And?
He looked at the door.
Then?
He looked back at me.
Alex, you're making me nervous.
Then he said, "I think you're on the wrong floor."
No.
Yes,
You weren't on your floor?
I was on the 3rd floor.
And your room?
It was on the 2nd floor.
Alex,
I forgot.
you spent all that time trying to open someone else's room.
Yes,
How long?
almost 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yes,
I can't stop laughing.
I couldn't stop blushing.
What did the man do?
He laughed.
Was he angry?
Not at all.
That's good.
He said, "Don't worry, it happens more often than you think."
Really?
That's what he told me.
That probably made you feel better.
A little.
What did you say?
I said, "Thank you and I'm sorry."
Then you went downstairs?
Yes.
Did your key work this time?
Immediately.
Imagine that.
I stood there for a second.
Why?
I started laughing at myself.
That's the best reaction.
I realized I had been fighting with the wrong door the whole time.
Sometimes life is like that.
What do you mean?
Sometimes we think something is impossible.
But we're just on the wrong floor?
Exactly.
That's actually a good lesson.
I didn't expect to find life advice in your hotel story.
Neither did I.
So, after finally getting into the right room, did everything go smoothly?
Emma,
Yes?
that evening I decided to do my own laundry.
Oh.
This "oh" makes me nervous.
Alex, every time you say, I decided to do something by myself, a funny story follows.
You're not wrong.
What happened in the laundry room? Alex, I have a feeling this story is going to be even funnier.
I didn't think it was funny at the time.
I can imagine.
After walking around the city all day, some of my clothes were dirty.
That's normal.
I remembered the hotel had a laundry room.
Perfect.
That's what I thought,
You keep saying that.
because my plans usually changed.
Fair enough.
I took my clothes downstairs.
Did you find the laundry room easily?
Yes,
Good start.
there were 2 washing machines and 2 dryers.
Was anyone there?
No,
So you had the room to yourself.
exactly.
Had you used a machine like that before?
Not really.
Oh.
I knew that "oh" was coming.
Did the machine have instructions?
Yes,
Great.
but they were in another language.
That makes things harder.
I could understand a few words,
Only a few?
just enough to feel confident.
That's sometimes dangerous.
Very dangerous.
What did you do?
I looked at all the buttons.
There were many?
Too many.
Did you read every label?
I tried.
Then?
I pressed one button.
Nothing happened?
Nothing.
Another button?
Still nothing.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
You started pressing every button.
One by one.
Alex,
I thought one of them had to work.
did it?
Oh yes.
Finally.
But not the way I expected.
What happened?
Suddenly, the machine made a very loud sound.
Loud?
Very loud.
Did you jump?
I almost did.
Then what?
The door locked.
That's normal.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I thought I broke it.
really?
Yes.
Were you worried?
Very worried.
What did you do?
I pulled the door.
Alex,
It didn't open.
because it was running.
I know that now.
Did anyone come in?
Yes.
Perfect timing.
An older woman walked into the laundry room.
What did she do?
She looked at me.
And?
She looked at the machine.
Then?
She smiled.
That's a good sign.
I said, "I think I broke it."
What did she say?
She laughed.
Oh no.
Then she pointed at the machine.
Why?
She said, "It's washing your clothes."
That's hilarious.
I felt so embarrassed.
Did you tell her it was your first time?
Yes.
What was her reaction?
She smiled and said, "Everyone has a first time."
That's very kind.
She even showed me how to use the dryer later.
That's wonderful.
People were so patient with me during the trip.
Did you thank her?
Many times.
Good.
While we waited, we talked for a few minutes.
About what?
About traveling.
Did she travel a lot?
Yes,
Did she tell you any funny stories?
she did.
Really?
She said she once packed 2 left shoes by accident.
2 left shoes?
Yes.
That's incredible.
She said she had to buy new shoes during her vacation.
Suddenly, your 4 umbrellas don't seem so strange.
Exactly.
Did that make you feel better?
A lot better.
Why?
Because I realized everyone makes funny mistakes.
That's true.
Some people are just better at laughing at them.
I think you're becoming one of those people.
I'm trying.
Did your clothes come out clean?
Yes.
Any problems with the dryer?
No.
Really?
Well,
Alex,
one very small problem.
I knew it.
I forgot one sock inside the washing machine.
Just one?
Just one lonely sock.
Please tell me you found it.
I did.
Good.
But I didn't find it until the next morning.
Alex,
It was waiting for me all night.
that poor little sock.
It survived the adventure.
Just like you.
Exactly.
I have to ask.
What?
After the towel, the wrong floor, and the laundry room, what else could possibly happen?
Emma,
Yes?
the next morning, I decided to rent a bicycle.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Alex, I don't think this story is going to end well.
It depends on what you mean by well.
You said you rented a bicycle.
I did.
Do you ride bicycles often?
Not really.
That's already making me nervous.
I thought it would be a fun way to see the city.
It sounds like a good idea.
That's exactly what I said.
I know that sentence now.
Every time I say it, something unexpected happens.
So tell me,
I found the small bike rental shop near the park.
was the owner friendly?
Very friendly.
Did he explain everything?
Yes,
Did you understand?
mostly.
Mostly is not a comforting word.
I smiled, nodded, and took the bicycle.
Were you wearing a helmet?
Yes,
Good.
safety first.
I'm glad to hear that.
At first, everything was perfect.
You were enjoying the ride?
Very much.
Was the weather nice?
Sunny, but not too hot.
Perfect bicycle weather.
Exactly.
Did you ride through the park?
Yes,
That sounds peaceful.
it really was.
Then let me guess.
Go ahead.
Something unexpected happened.
Of course.
What was it?
I stopped to take a picture.
That's normal.
I leaned the bicycle against a small fence.
Okay.
I took 3 pictures.
Nice.
Then I heard a loud sound.
What kind of sound?
Clang.
The bicycle?
Yes,
It fell over?
right in the middle of the path.
Oh no.
Everyone turned to look.
That's embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Did anyone get hurt?
No,
Good.
only my pride.
I'm happy that's all.
I quickly picked it up.
Did anyone say anything?
A little boy smiled at me.
What did he say?
He said, "Your bike wanted to sleep."
That's adorable.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Kids always have the funniest answers.
They really do.
Did the bicycle survive?
Yes,
Any scratches?
just a tiny one.
That's lucky.
I checked everything before riding again.
Good idea.
A few minutes later, I reached a beautiful bridge.
Did you stop there too?
Yes,
Another picture?
many pictures.
Did the bicycle stay standing this time?
Yes,
Ha, progress.
I finally learned how to park it.
Excellent.
While I was taking pictures, an older couple asked me something.
Did you understand them?
Not completely.
What did you do?
I politely said, "I'm sorry, could you say that again?"
That's a useful phrase.
They smiled and spoke more slowly.
Were they asking for directions?
Yes.
That's funny.
Why?
Because you were the tourist.
Exactly.
Could you help them?
Not really.
What happened?
I smiled and said, I'm visiting too.
What did they do?
We all laughed.
That's a nice moment.
Then we looked at the map together.
Did someone help all of you?
Yes,
Another kind stranger.
exactly.
Your trip was full of kind people.
That's one of the things I'll never forget.
Did you finish your bicycle ride without any more problems?
I almost did.
Almost?
On my way back to the rental shop,
What happened?
I heard a strange sound.
A strange sound?
Yes,
Was it from the bicycle?
that's what I thought.
Was something broken?
I stopped immediately.
Good.
I looked at the wheels.
Everything was okay?
Yes,
The brakes?
fine.
The chain?
Also fine.
Then where was the sound coming from?
I looked down.
And?
My backpack wasn't closed.
Oh,
My water bottle was hitting the bicycle frame every few seconds.
that's all?
That was the mysterious noise.
Alex,
I know.
I thought the bicycle was falling apart.
And it was just my water bottle.
Yes, I'm glad it wasn't anything serious.
Me too.
So you returned the bicycle safely.
Yes.
And finally, nothing else happened.
Emma,
Yes?
that afternoon, I decided to buy some souvenirs for my family.
Why do I feel like this shopping trip is about to become another adventure? Alex, I don't know why, but I have a feeling this shopping trip won't be simple.
It started simply.
That's usually how your stories begin.
You're right.
So, where did you go?
I found the small souvenir shop near the old town.
Did it have a lot of things?
So many.
What kind of souvenirs?
Magnets, postcards, keychains, mugs, little paintings, and handmade gifts.
That sounds nice.
I wanted to buy something for everyone,
That's thoughtful.
but choosing was harder than I expected.
Why?
Everything looked beautiful.
How long were you in the shop?
Maybe 30 minutes.
Just looking?
Yes.
Did the shop owner think you were going to buy something?
I hope so.
I can imagine you walking around 5 times.
Probably more than 5.
That's funny.
Finally, I chose 4 small gifts.
Good.
One for my mom,
Of course.
one for my dad,
Nice.
one for my best friend,
And the last one?
for myself.
You deserved one.
That's what I thought.
What did you buy for yourself?
A small keychain with the city's name on it.
That's a lovely memory.
I still have it.
Really?
Yes,
Every time you see it, you remember the trip.
exactly.
So, where did the funny problem happen?
At the cash register.
I knew it.
The shop owner told me the total price.
Okay.
I smiled and reached for my wallet.
Then?
My wallet wasn't there.
Alex,
My heart almost stopped.
did you lose it?
That's what I thought.
What did you do?
I checked every pocket.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Your backpack.
I opened every pocket.
Still nothing?
Nothing.
Were you panicking?
Completely.
Did the shop owner notice?
Yes.
What did they do?
They smiled and said, "Take your time."
That was kind.
Very kind.
Then what happened?
I started thinking about every place I visited that day.
The park?
Yes.
The bridge?
Yes.
The bicycle shop?
Yes.
Were you ready to go back and look for it?
Almost.
But
I felt something strange.
what?
Something was pressing against my arm.
Your arm?
Yes.
Alex.
I slowly looked down.
And?
My wallet was under my jacket.
What?
I had tucked it under my arm while looking at the souvenirs.
You were holding it the whole time?
The whole time.
Alex.
I know.
You searched everywhere except the place where it actually was.
Exactly.
What did the shop owner do?
We both started laughing.
I would have laughed too.
I was so relieved.
I bet.
I apologize for the confusion.
What did the owner say?
It happens more often than you think.
That's becoming the theme of your trip.
Apparently, I'm not the only forgetful traveler.
That's good to know.
I finally paid for everything.
Ah, success.
I carefully put my wallet back in my backpack.
Very carefully, I hope.
Very carefully.
Did you leave the shop happy?
Very happy.
And relieved.
Definitely relieved.
Did you buy anything else that day?
Just one ice cream.
That sounds peaceful.
It was for about 2 minutes.
Alex,
Yes,
please don't tell me something happened to the ice cream.
Emma.
What?
Let's just say a very brave bird was involved.
A bird?
Yes.
I don't think I'm ready for this story. Alex, a bird?
Yes.
Please tell me the bird didn't eat your ice cream.
Not all of it.
Not all of it?
Just the first bite.
Alex!
I had just bought the biggest ice cream in the shop.
Again with the biggest one?
I never learn.
What flavor was it?
Chocolate and vanilla.
That sounds delicious.
It looked amazing.
So, what happened?
I was walking through the town square.
Was it busy?
Very busy.
Lots of people?
Families, tourists, children, everyone was enjoying the afternoon.
Sounds like a beautiful day.
It really was.
Then the bird arrived.
Out of nowhere.
What kind of bird?
A seagull.
Wait,
Yes.
a seagull in the middle of the city?
There was a river nearby.
Ah, that makes sense.
I didn't even see it.
Then what?
Suddenly, I heard wings.
Oh no.
Before I understood what was happening,
Yes?
the seagull flew right past me.
And?
It took one huge bite of my ice cream.
You're kidding.
I wish I were.
Did it really touch your ice cream?
Yes.
What did you do?
I just stood there,
Frozen.
completely frozen.
I think I would do the same.
I looked at the bird.
What was it doing?
It landed on a nearby wall.
With your ice cream?
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
It looked very happy.
I can't stop laughing.
The funniest part wasn't the bird.
There was something funnier?
Everyone around me started laughing.
Really?
Even I started laughing.
That's the best reaction.
A little girl looked at me and said,
What did she say?
"I think the bird liked your ice cream."
That's adorable.
I said, "I think so too."
Did you buy another one?
I thought about it.
But
I looked around first.
looking for more birds?
Exactly.
Smart.
The ice cream seller saw everything.
Oh?
He was laughing so hard.
Did he say anything?
He asked, "First time meeting our famous seagulls?"
So it happens often?
Apparently every day.
Nobody warned you?
Nobody.
That's unfair.
The seller smiled and made me another ice cream.
Did you have to pay again?
No.
Really?
He said it was a welcome gift from the city.
That was incredibly kind.
I couldn't believe it.
There were so many kind people during your trip.
That's one of my favorite memories.
Did you protect the second one?
Very carefully.
How?
I looked at the sky every few seconds.
Like a security guard.
Exactly.
Did another bird come?
No.
Good.
But every time I heard wings,
You became nervous.
very nervous.
I don't blame you.
I finished the second ice cream much faster.
Probably a good idea.
Definitely.
What did you do after that?
I sat on a bench near the river.
Did you finally have a quiet moment?
Yes.
What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about how different the trip was from my expectations.
In what way?
I thought I would remember famous places.
And instead?
I remembered funny little moments.
Like fighting the wrong hotel room door?
Exactly.
The tiny towel?
Yes.
The washing machine?
Right.
The bicycle?
Yes.
the wallet under your arm,
Please don't remind me.
and now the ice cream thief.
The famous seagull.
Looking back, which one makes you laugh the most?
That's difficult.
You have to choose.
I think the wrong hotel floor.
Really?
Yes.
Not the seagull?
The seagull was funny.
But
Spending 5 minutes trying to open someone else's hotel room was unforgettable.
I still can't believe you did that.
Neither can I.
Alex, I have another question.
Go ahead.
Did all these funny problems ever make you want to stop exploring?
Never.
Why not?
Because after every funny problem,
Yes?
something even better happened.
Like meeting kind people?
Exactly.
That's a wonderful way to look at it.
It changed the whole trip.
I have a feeling your funniest story is still waiting for us.
Emma,
Yes?
you haven't heard what happened when I tried to buy a train ticket from a machine on my last day.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. That story might be the funniest one of all. Emma, I promise I was trying to do the right thing.
Alex, every funny story begins with that sentence.
You're probably right.
So this happened on your last day?
Yes.
Were you leaving in the afternoon?
Around lunchtime.
How were you feeling?
A little sad.
Because the trip was ending?
Exactly.
Did you pack everything?
I checked my suitcase 3 times.
Only 3?
Emma,
I'm kidding.
after the towel and the umbrellas, I wanted to be careful.
I don't blame you.
I checked my passport,
Good.
my wallet,
Excellent.
my phone,
Perfect.
my room key.
Also important.
Everything was ready.
So you checked out of the hotel.
Yes,
Did you say goodbye to the staff?
I did.
They probably remembered you.
I think they did.
In a good way, I hope.
I hope so too.
Then you went to the train station.
Yes.
Did you already have a ticket?
No.
Why not?
I wanted to buy it at the station.
That sounds easy enough.
That's what I thought.
There it is again.
I know.
So tell me what happened.
I walked to a ticket machine.
Was there a line?
No.
Lucky.
I thought so.
Did the machine have English?
Yes.
Great.
I changed the language immediately.
Good idea.
Everything looked simple.
Then?
I selected my destination.
Easy.
I selected the time.
Good.
Then the machine asked me another question.
What was it?
It asked me to choose the type of ticket.
That sounds normal.
There were 6 different choices.
Oh.
Exactly.
Did you know which one to choose?
Not at all.
What did you do?
I read every option,
Slowly?
very slowly.
Did it help?
Not really.
Hmm.
Then I noticed people standing behind me.
Uh-oh.
First 1 person,
Okay.
then 2,
Oh no.
then 5.
5 people?
Yes,
Were they waiting for the machine?
they were.
Did you start feeling nervous?
Very nervous.
I think many people know that feeling.
The more nervous I became,
The harder it was to think?
Exactly.
That's so relatable.
I accidentally pressed the wrong button.
What happened?
The whole screen changed.
No.
Everything disappeared.
You had to start again.
From the beginning.
Alex,
I could almost hear my heartbeat.
did anyone say anything?
No.
That almost makes it worse.
Everyone was very patient.
But you still felt the pressure.
Exactly.
So what did you do?
I took 1 deep breath,
Good idea.
then another.
Better.
I smiled and turned around.
Really?
Yes.
What did you say?
I said, I'm sorry. I'm a little lost.
That's honest.
Everyone smiled.
Really?
Yes.
What happened next?
A young woman stepped forward.
Did she help you?
She asked, would you like some help?
That's so kind.
I happily said yes.
Did she know the machine well?
Very well.
Was the answer simple?
Very simple.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
You only needed the standard ticket,
Exactly.
and you spent 5 minutes reading every option.
Almost 10 minutes.
Alex,
I wanted to make the right choice.
I know.
She helped me finish everything in less than 30 seconds.
That's amazing.
I thanked her several times.
What did she say?
She smiled and said, "Don't worry. I did the same thing on my first trip."
I love that.
Me too.
It seems like every person you met had a story,
That's true.
and every story made you feel less alone.
Exactly.
Did you finally catch your train?
I did.
Right on time?
Well,
Alex,
there was one tiny surprise before I got on the train.
why am I not surprised anymore?
Because by then, I wasn't surprised anymore either. Emma, after buying the ticket, I thought the difficult part was over.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
It wasn't.
Not even close.
What happened this time?
I looked at the departure board.
To find your platform?
Exactly.
Did you find your train?
Yes.
Great.
It said Platform 7.
Easy enough.
I started walking.
Were you in a hurry?
A little.
Why?
I wanted to arrive early this time.
After everything that happened on the first day.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
I reached Platform 7.
Did you see the train there?
Yes.
Perfect.
I smiled.
You looked relieved.
Very relieved.
Then?
I looked at my ticket one more time.
Good habit.
That's when I noticed something strange.
What?
My train was leaving tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Alex.
I had bought the wrong date.
How?
I was so focused on choosing the ticket type.
You didn't notice the date.
Exactly.
Oh no.
I looked up a ticket.
Then at the board?
Yes.
Then back at the ticket?
About 5 times.
Were you worried?
Very worried.
Did you think you would miss your trip home?
For a few seconds, yes.
What did you do?
I went to the information desk.
Were they helpful?
Extremely helpful.
What did you say?
I smiled and said, "I think I made another mistake."
Another one?
I think the woman behind the desk almost laughed before I finished my sentence.
Did you explain everything?
Yes.
What happened?
She checked my ticket.
And
She smiled.
that's usually a good sign.
She said, "No problem. We can change it."
Really?
Yes,
That must have been a huge relief.
it was.
Were you finally holding the correct ticket?
Yes.
Did you check the date this time?
3 times.
Only 3?
Emma,
I'm joking again.
I actually checked it 4 times.
That sounds more like you.
I wasn't taking any chances.
Good decision.
While I was waiting for the train, I sat near a window.
What were you thinking about?
Everything that happened during the trip.
There was certainly a lot to remember.
More than I expected.
Did you think about the mistakes first?
Surprisingly, no.
Really?
I thought about the people.
The people?
The hotel employee who brought the towels.
Yes.
The man who told me I was on the wrong floor.
He was so kind.
The woman in the laundry room.
She helped you without making you feel embarrassed.
Exactly.
The bicycle shop owner?
The souvenir shop owner.
The ice cream seller?
The young woman at the ticket machine.
You met so many kind people.
That's what I kept thinking.
Sometimes we remember people more than places.
I think that's true.
If someone asked you about that city today, what would you say?
I would say it was full of kind smiles.
That's a beautiful answer.
Because that's what I remember most.
Not the buildings?
They were beautiful.
Not the museums?
They were interesting.
Not the famous streets?
They were wonderful.
But
The people made the trip unforgettable.
I completely understand that.
You know something, Emma?
What?
At the beginning of the trip, every mistake felt like a disaster.
And by the end,
Every mistake felt like the beginning of another story.
that's a big change.
It really is.
Do you think you changed because of the trip?
Absolutely.
In what way?
I stopped trying to be a perfect traveler.
And what did you become instead?
Just a happy traveler.
I like that much better.
Me too.
Alex,
Yes.
there is one question I've wanted to ask since the beginning of this episode.
Really?
Yes.
What is it?
Out of every funny problem you had, which one taught you the biggest lesson?
That's a difficult question, and I think the answer might surprise you. You know, Emma, I thought about your question all the way home.
Really?
Yes.
So, which funny problem taught you the biggest lesson?
The wrong hotel floor.
I had a feeling you would say that,
It sounds like a small mistake.
but it wasn't.
Not for me,
Why?
because I spent 5 minutes trying harder and harder.
On the wrong door.
Exactly.
That's something many people do in life.
Yes.
Sometimes we work harder.
When we should simply stop and look around.
That's a wonderful lesson.
It changed the way I solved problems.
How?
Before, if something didn't work, I kept doing the same thing.
Again and again?
Yes.
And now?
Now, I stop for a moment.
Then what?
I ask myself, am I solving the right problem?
I like that question.
It helps more than people think.
Did you use that idea after the trip?
Many times.
Give me an example.
One day, I couldn't find an important document at work.
Were you worried?
Very.
What did you do?
At first, I searched the same drawer 3 times.
Just like the hotel door.
Exactly.
Then you stopped.
Yes.
And?
I asked myself, what if I'm looking in the wrong place?
Were you?
I was.
Where was the document?
On my desk, under a notebook.
Alex,
I couldn't believe it.
your trip really stayed with you.
It did.
Do you know what I noticed?
What?
None of your biggest memories came from perfect moments.
You're right.
They all came from unexpected moments.
That's true.
The tiny towel,
Yes.
the washing machine,
Yes.
the wrong floor,
Definitely.
the seagull.
Poor ice cream.
I still feel sorry for it.
Me too.
Alex, if you could change one thing about the trip, would you?
That's an interesting question.
What do you think?
A few months ago, I would have said yes.
And now?
Now, I don't think so.
Not even one mistake?
Not even one.
Why?
Because every mistake gave me a story.
And every story gave you confidence.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
I think perfect trips are easy to forget.
Really?
Yes,
Why do you think that?
because nothing unexpected happens.
That's true.
We usually remember surprises
Good surprises.
and funny surprises,
Even embarrassing ones.
especially embarrassing ones.
Emma from 6 months ago would have worried about every little mistake.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I don't believe that.
It's true.
You always seem calm.
I wasn't always like this.
What changed?
I realized that people don't remember our mistakes as much as we do.
That's a good point.
Think about your trip.
Okay.
Do you remember the faces of everyone who saw you at the wrong hotel door?
No,
Do you think they still remember you?
probably not.
Exactly.
That's actually comforting.
We spend so much time worrying about small moments.
But life keeps moving.
Yes,
I wish I had known that before my trip.
maybe you needed the trip to learn it.
You're probably right.
Alex,
Yes?
if another traveler came to you today and said, "I'm afraid of making mistakes," what would you tell them?
I would smile.
And
I will tell them, the mistakes might become your favorite part of the journey.
I couldn't agree more.
And I would also tell them something else.
What?
Never eat ice cream near hungry seagulls.
Alex,
That lesson is still very important.
I think that's the most practical advice you've given today.
I learned it the hard way.
I'm sure you did.
Emma,
Yes?
there's one last memory from that trip that I've never told anyone.
Really?
Not even my family.
Now I'm very curious.
It happened on the train ride home, and it completely changed the way I think about traveling.
What happened?
I was sitting by the window watching the city disappear.
That sounds like a quiet moment.
It was.
Were you still thinking about all the funny problems?
Yes.
The hotel?
The bicycle,
The ice cream?
everything.
And how did you feel?
Happy.
Not embarrassed anymore?
No,
That's a big change.
it really is.
What made you change?
I looked at all those problems differently.
Explain.
Before the trip, I thought mistakes meant failure.
And now?
Now, I think mistakes are part of learning.
I love that.
The funny thing is, the mistakes I wanted to forget became my favorite memories.
That's very true.
The perfect moments were nice.
But
The unexpected moments were special.
I think everyone has moments like that.
Yes.
A small mistake.
A funny situation.
A story you tell years later.
Exactly.
Did you tell your family about the trip?
Yes.
What story did you tell first?
Of course, the hotel room story.
Of course.
Everyone laughed.
Did they make fun of you?
A little.
That's what family does.
My sister said only you could travel to another city and try to enter the wrong room.
That's funny.
I had to agree.
Did you tell them about the seagull?
Yes.
What was their reaction?
They laughed even more.
Poor Alex.
Poor ice cream.
I think the bird had a good day.
Definitely.
After this trip, do you want to travel again?
More than ever.
Even after all those problems?
Because of those problems.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because now I know I can handle unexpected things.
That's confidence.
Before, I was afraid of being alone in a new place.
And now?
Now I'm excited.
That's amazing, Alex.
Thank you, Emma.
I think your trip taught you something important.
What?
You don't need everything to go perfectly to have a great experience.
I agree.
Sometimes the imperfect moments become the best ones.
Exactly.
So, Alex,
Yes?
if you travel again tomorrow, what will you do differently?
I will check my room number.
Good start.
I will watch my ice cream.
Very important.
And I will ask for help when I need it.
That's probably the biggest lesson.
Yes.
Because asking for help doesn't mean you failed.
It means you're learning.
Exactly.
You know, Emma,
What?
at the beginning of this trip, I wanted to be a perfect traveler.
And now?
Now I just want to be a curious traveler.
I think that's much better.
Me too.
I'm glad you shared this story today.
I'm glad too.
It was funny,
Very funny.
but also meaningful.
Thank you, Emma.
And Alex,
Yes?
next time you travel, please promise me one thing.
What is it?
Stay away from mysterious doors and hungry birds.
I will try.
Only try?
I can't promise anything. My adventures always find me.
I believe you.
Thanks, Emma.
And for everyone listening, we hope Alex's funny travel stories made you smile.
And maybe I remind you that mistakes can become wonderful memories.
In our next episode, we will share another everyday story together.
A story about trying something new and facing a challenge.
I think it will be another interesting adventure.
I agree.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.